Hello, everybody. Welcome again to my women basketball ranting. So this is a place where I just give my thoughts on the happening in the women's game. This week, it happens to be the happenings in the NCAA women's basketball. So as I always say, I watch some games. I always have thoughts when I watch those games. And let's just see what's happening. I usually do this, my talk on Tuesday, which is immediately after the top 25, AP top 25. But I just finished watching the South Carolina, Maryland, and the game just got me really, really pumped up. Such an interesting game. So I'll just give my thoughts and also my thoughts on the UConn game that happened earlier this week, and also Kentucky, Louisville, which were really the ones I watched. Like I say, I don't really watch most of the games, but the ones I watch, I have thoughts, I have opinions, and I like to share them. So if you're listening, welcome. If you're not, welcome. Great, let's get started. So let's talk about the South Carolina, Maryland game. After that game, I was so pumped. I just had to talk about it. So I felt that in that game, South Carolina was very, very disciplined. South Carolina is a disciplined team. They know what they want. Aliyah Boston is not kidding around this season. She is not kidding around. The look in her eyes is the look of, if you come into my space, I will destroy you. That's the look in her eyes. She is not joking, and I am so pumped for her. You could see there's fire in her eyes. She wants this so badly. I think she wants them to go undefeated. I think she feels really personally responsible for the fact that they didn't make the Final Four last season. Sorry, not the Final Four, the championship last season. And because of that, she kind of has like a chip on her shoulder. And if anybody has a chip on her shoulder, you got to look out. She was not joking. She was going for the rebound, the putbacks. She was just on another level in this game. And I was so excited for her because this is the type of thing that we like to see, to show so that she can show promise for like when they really need her to deliver. So she had 16 rebounds and 16 points. That is crazy. Another person that I felt, Latisha May, she was the starting guard, but I felt she kind of struggled with the offense and the passing lanes. Personally, I don't think they had a very good guard play. Their guard play wasn't that great. They were 3 of 17 from the three-point line. That's not good enough. But their offensive rebound was what made them win this game. And their offensive rebound is always honestly what's going to make South Carolina probably the champions come March, because they are a really, really good offensive rebounding team. I don't know how they do it, but they just know how to just get the offensive glass. If you miss a shot, they will get the shot. And that means that you're not getting a second chance. They're going to get more chances than you. Although, like I said, I felt their shots were needed. They need better shots, but it's not about shooting at the end of the day. Basketball is it's an all-round game, so you have to be shooting well, rebounding well, stealing the basket, just all around, like playing a very good game, which I think South Carolina, all they need to do is just really, really work on their shots. But they have the things that a lot of teams like struggle with, which is offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding. They have that down pat. So you can see their rebound, 61 rebounds. That is crazy. 61 rebounds is crazy for any team. So they are 24. That's crazy. And Maryland had 11 offensive rebounds. Come on. To 34. 61 to 34. Come on. The game was already won. I was really surprised that it wasn't even, like, the points were not even more than it was. It was a let's say 7-point game. Yeah, 7-point game. So that was something. But I really enjoyed the game, and I felt, like I said, they're a very disciplined team. They know exactly what they want to do, and they go out and do it. That is what makes them good. Then on the Maryland part, I felt Ashley Owusu's game today, she wasn't as efficient, although I really love her though. She wasn't as efficient as I would have loved her to be. She was just 3 of 17 from the field. But she kept driving to the basket, hoping to get the foul called, and it did happen quite a number of times. So quite a number of times, but definitely not often enough. I don't think this was not the most efficient game from her. Angel Reese is probably one of the best players right now. in NCAA women's basketball. Hands down, she is one of the best players. She's an all-round player. I can just imagine if she's on a team like a team like South Carolina, she would be killing team. Very offensive rebound. She can go to the basket. She has so many moves. You don't see her coming. She's aggressive. Oh, she's just a really, really good all-round player. Maryland, I think Maryland gave it a fight. I think they can definitely do better than what I saw today. And I think it was a good effort, very, very good effort. And I do see promise in this team. I feel on another day, they probably would beat South Carolina on another day. Maybe not today because, like I said, they didn't have one of their best games, but they still made it a competition with South Carolina. So I feel that their next effort will even be better. So I give it to South Carolina. I give it to them. They do whatever is necessary to win the game. They just do it. They know what they seems like they are going to do a Louisville in volleyball, and they are going to go undefeated. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Like, I don't think they're a good shooting team, but they are a very good defensive team. And I've always felt that defense alone will not win you a championship. You can get by with your defense for a couple of games, but it won't take you to where you need to go. I think they need a better offense. But so far, their defense is good. And like I said, defense is what a lot of teams struggle with. So once you get defense, then your offense can just come along because sometimes offense leads to defense. So they need to work on their offense a little bit and they'll get better. So yeah, good showing from both teams. Who will take down South Carolina? Their schedule is very, very tight this season. So So I really like to see who will take down the Gamecocks. So when you look at their schedule, they have a Duke. Duke is undefeated. South Carolina is undefeated. They have Stanford, defending champion. They have Mississippi. They have LSU, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Arkansas. So yeah, somebody might just take them down before January. Before February. So let's see how it goes. Good effort. South Carolina is definitely someone to be watched out for. So we move on to what I really want to talk about, which is UConn and their struggles. That's all I can say about UConn right now. So Paige Becker, God bless her. So one of my favorite players, she went down. And like I always said, I think it was a blessing in disguise for the UConn team because they were just too like, it was like Gino, who I really don't think. I think he has old. I don't need I'm old. I don't need to start coaching this young millennials. This young Gen Zs. This generation, they have a lot of troubles. They have a lot of problems. I really don't have time to deal with them. So his own is just, let's just deal with Paige, make Paige the best player and let her carry her team. So that's probably what he thought. Let me just deal with one player and that player is going to carry the team. Unfortunately for him, Paige got injured. So now he has to coach. And I know he's a good coach. I just feel he was resting on his laurels a little bit and getting a little bit too complacent because he had Paige. But now he really has to work because those players, while they are good, they won't work without good coaching. And I think he reserved all his coaching for Paige. So now that Paige has gone, he had no choice but to start coaching. And that's exactly what he did in that game. UConn versus UCLA. So I watched the game. It was a really, really good game. You could see that UConn had to bring it out from its players. Like in the first quarter, UCLA went on like a crazy run. I think it was like an 11-2 run. That was crazy. And then I was like, oh yeah, UConn, the game is gone. Another loss. And they haven't lost a game since a back-to-back game since 2003. So I was like, this is going to happen. I mean, they were upset by Georgia Tech. We'll talk about that later. So I was like, this game is gone because they were just all over the place and everybody was just doing anyhow. Kristen Williams was missing a lot of bunnies down the stretch. Evina Westbrook was the only person even trying to generate a semblance of an offense. So it was really, really rough. It was really rough, that first quarter. But the second quarter, you could see that, I don't know why he spoke to them in the dressing room, but you could see in that fourth quarter that UConn was really like they were coming into their own. They were playing really better basketball than we had seen earlier. Doka Ewers, I don't know what happened. A button just flicked and she just started going off. It was something really, really good to see. I love when I see teams that rally. Just rally, that's what they call it, rally around each other. I was very, very excited about that. And another thing I saw was Christine Williams has been struggling. I don't know why she has been struggling. Her confidence has really, really been down. I don't know. She hasn't really been playing that well. And it's not even about the shots falling in. It's about helping your team, like getting the rebound, things like that. She has just not been doing that. I think maybe the energy, she has just been disappearing. I think that's the right word. She's just been disappearing on the floor. But at the second quarter, she really came alive, and I really saw the Christine Williams that I would really like to see. I want someone like Aliyah Boston in Christine Williams, like the look in her eyes, like I don't care if I go to the foul line a million times, you are not getting that shot. I don't care if I foul out of this game, you are not getting that shot. That's the type of energy I want from that lady. And I know she can do it. So Doka Ewers definitely shows promise. Now it's just about consistency. Can she be consistent? UCLA is not a ranked opponent. So I really would like to see them play against Louisville. That will be definitely a game to watch. That's coming on Friday. Please watch that game. It's going to be a makeup because they haven't taken down any top 10 teams. So that's going to be their second top 10 matchup. The first one was against South Carolina, which they did not win. Let's see how Louisville would take the UConn punch. So can UConn play without Paige Beckers? Yes. Can they win without Paige Beckers? Yes. But they have to play like a team. They've been very disjointed lately because they felt that Paige would handle everything. She's kind of like of course, she's a very good rebounder. She's very good defensively. She knows how to pass her to her teammates in the right places. So they kind of like, oh, Paige, you pass me the ball, whatever. But now they have to really, really dig deep. They have to know where they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do. And I feel that it will make them a better team. It will make each of the individuals better players because now they have to contribute to the team winning, and the team winning is their own loss, not Paige Beckers' loss. Because if the team loses, they'll say, oh, Paige Beckers. But now it's like, you guys lost. Paige Beckers wasn't even playing. You guys lost that game. So you guys should figure it out and figure out how to win. And I think they did that with UCLA. So why with Georgia Tech? Why did they lose that Georgia Tech game? Everybody was, UConn is bad. Gino is not a good coach. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. I believe Gino is a good coach. I just felt he just got very, very complacent because he usually just coaches the best player and leaves everybody to their own devices, which is wrong. He should coach everybody. But I felt it was just kind of like, okay, taking the easy way out and just putting everything on Beckers and just ensuring that they just follow Beckers' lead. So I feel that that's how the practice has been going kind of like all year. So that Georgia Tech game, the turnaround was just too short for them to just make any game plan. And this is where the people that were not used to thinking on their own, they were not used to making plays on their own, they were not used to anything. And so that Georgia Tech game was a game where they had to figure it out and they just couldn't, especially in that fourth quarter. So I wasn't really surprised that they lost. In fact, I kind of knew that they were going to lose that game. I just didn't think they were going to lose that badly. Just 44 points it's really, really bad. And that's when I knew that, oh yes, they definitely had a problem trying to figure out how to beat themselves on the court without Paige, which is understandable. So I wouldn't really knock them down for it. It will affect their standings, but that's understandable. I wouldn't knock them out for it, and I don't think anybody should. I just feel Gino should really go back to the gym and really, really teach them how to play as a team and not just depend on one player. And that's why South Carolina is such a very good team and they are the number one team in the country, because they play as a team. They don't depend on, Aliyah Boston will save us in the paint, and Cindy Anderson is running point, she can set us up. No, everybody plays together, everybody defends together, everybody does everything together. And of course, everybody has their strengths, but at the end of the day, you have to feed off each other's strengths. So they don't even know each other's strengths yet. So it's like, so how are we supposed to play like that? But you could tell in this UCLA game, they were like understanding each other and playing to each other's strengths. One thing that really struck me, this lady in UCLA, Charisma Osborne. Come on. Charisma Osborne is a fantastic player. Like, she just put herself on the map. You know the way Rory Almond put herself on the map. Charisma Osborne is a player you should watch. She is excellent. Like, she was just killing it in that UCLA game. I don't know where they got her from. She's an excellent guard. She put the whole team on her back. She was shooting threes like they were nothing. But the time when she went on a 10-0 run by herself, like only I went on a 10-0 run. And that was when the game was almost like, you could tell that UConn was going to win this game. They were like up 14. They had just 1 minute left. So everybody was like, yeah, UConn has this in the bag. And next thing you knew, Charisma Osborne came from nowhere and kept shooting those threes like they were no man's business. It was crazy. She had 26 points. She was 7 of 16 from 3. 7 3-pointers. Come on. She is so good. So good. So please watch out for Charisma Osborne. That's why I like watching these games. Like, players that you have no idea where they are from. Like, I've never heard of her before. Like, nobody ever publicizes these ladies. And she just came and balled the fuck out in front of UConn. And she really, really put them under pressure. Honestly, if UConn had not, like, if maybe a Chrissy Williams still down the stretch, then that game will have been something else. So yeah, so please, that UCLA game, if you can watch it, watch it. Watch out for Charisma Osborne. Now I'm officially interested in UCLA and I'm watching out for their games just to see how play is exciting. The same way I'm interested in Texas. So please, if anybody's listening, tell me your thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you think Juno is a good coach? Do you think UConn can win more games with the way they are? I think they can. And I think these players, with the players they have, if they continue to develop and play the way I know they can play, I feel they have a very strong shot at getting somewhere in March, even without Paige. They can do it. Like, if you add Izzy Ford and her 3-point shooting, and you put Nika Mill and her energy, and this lady comes back, Aubrey Griffin, I think they really have some pieces that can really, really take it to some of the best teams in the league. Yeah, so that's it for UConn. Then another game I watched this week was Kentucky-Louisville. I really didn't understand that game. Personally, I thought Louisville was a good team. I wasn't really impressed. They did nothing that impressed me. Kentucky did nothing that impressed me. Ryan Howard is projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. And she did not play like a number 1 overall pick. The game was really, really hard to watch. Thank God for the Maryland, South Carolina. That was a very interesting game. So that kind of made up for whatever it is that they did in that Louisville. They just kept missing shots. The game had no flow. Ryan Howard, I have no idea what she was doing. She was 3 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3-point line. She was just everywhere. I'm honestly, is she supposed to be number 1 pick? I don't know. Honestly, nobody stood out in that game. It was a very forgettable game. Louisville too, nobody really stood out. It was just a very random game. That's it for this week, NCAA women's basketball. So this week I will try to watch games like I always do. The games that I'm personally interested in this week will be, of course, Duke, South Carolina, calendar marked. Definitely watching Duke versus South Carolina. South Carolina win that game, but Duke is not a joke. Those guys came up here, they're yet to play, and I would like to see how South Carolina responds to an undefeated Duke team. That is crazy. NC State, Georgia, I would watch that. I would also watch Tennessee, Stanford. That's going to be something else. It's going to be a fiasco. I would like to watch Tennessee, Stanford. Baylor, Michigan is good, but that's like upper week. So it's on Sunday, so I'll definitely watch that. Arizona, Texas, it's going to be a nightmare. So some good games on Sunday. Look like all the good games that are happening on Sunday. So there's Arizona, Texas, Connecticut, Louisville, and Michigan and Baylor. So those are really good ones to watch. Iowa is just up and down. I don't really have their energy this week. Iowa, I don't trust that team. I don't trust Iowa. So let's see how it goes. So Sunday, there are some good games. This week, the games are a bit light. So that's it basically for NCAA women's basketball. So, as always, Final Four predictions as of what I'm seeing right now. Unfortunately, I leave UConn out of the Final Four for now until I see better. I feel they are not a Final Four team without Paige Bueckers right now. But maybe after Louisville, I can bring them back up to the Final Four. But right now, no. So my Final Four predictions, I'll keep it as the same. I'll say South Carolina, definitely in Maryland. NC State has been killing it, so I will put an NC State. And for the fourth team, I'll put Duke because I feel they have something to prove. I like that team. Duke is my wild card for the Final Four. So I'm going to remove UConn and put Duke. But my normal team still stands, which is Maryland, South Carolina, and NC State. Then I put in Duke. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun Final Four. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Please watch some women's some games. Some of them on YouTube, so just catch it and watch them. Support women's sports, and also the volleyball tournament is happening right now. If you're interested in it, they're doing their Final Four. It's going to be on Thursday. I think ESPN University is carrying it. Fantastic team. They're not really a volleyball person, but those people I love competitive sports, and those ladies are competitive as hell. So and Louisville is on a 32 game winning streak, 32-0. They are having an undefeated season. Will they continue having an undefeated season? Let us see. So watch out for NCAA volleyball on Thursday on ESPN University, I think. All right, thanks for listening. If you've come out this way, thank you. I don't know why, but thank you. So you can just, I'm trying to get some subscribers, so please subscribe and like my videos. I also do some shorts that catches my interest about WNBA, EuroLeague, and also NCAA. So you could always check that out. And yeah, have a great week, and see you soon. Bye.